guys, this is Charlotte, and you're watching Going In Raw.
What's up, it's your girl, Sasha Banks, Legit Boston. You're watching Going In Raw. You like that?
What's up? This is the most must-see WWE superstar of all time and his lovely, gorgeous wife.
Marie.
And you are going in SmackDown Live.
This is the glorious one, Bobby Roode, and you're watching Going In Raw.
Hey, friendo, Steve here.
And Larson.
Yeah, welcome back to Going In Raw, the only pro wrestling podcast you need to be listening to right here at youtube.com/Steven Larson, and available wherever fine podcasts can be found. Give whatever you listen to us on. Subscribe to Going In Raw.
Name some places.
Apple iOS podcast app. That's like 99.99% of our podcast goes to Apple iOS.
It's very popular.
Stitcher Radio, Castbox.
Yes.
iHeart Radio.
Spotify. Google
Oh, yeah,
Play.
yeah, we're on Spotify.
Google Play.
People love Spotify.
We're all over the place.
We're everywhere. We're also on the Patreon at patreon.com/Steven Larson. If you want to watch Going In Raw ad-free, $1 a month on the Patreon
It's
gets
the
you there.
only place you can do it.
It's the only place. You can do what? Get it
Watch
ad-free?
our show ad-free.
That is correct. And it's $1 a month.
That's all it takes.
And then we also have a $5 reward tier.
Yeah, you get the $1 stuff, which is ad-free content.
Yeah.
Plus, you get a 30-minute post-show every weekday, post-show yay or nay. You get early access to Matt Chat. Am I forgetting something?
Probably.
$5 tier is a great value. $10, you get a signed postcard from us and all the other stuff. $20, all the other stuff plus the comic book. $50, all the other stuff plus a T-shirt. $200,000, you get all the other stuff, and I too, sweet Steve.
And then we're going to be updating that very soon. We're going to have some clever reward tiers. The $6.66.
$666.
That's nobody's going to do unless you're like a rich Saudi prince. Nobody's going to kick in $666.
It only takes someone doing it once.
And for what?
For us to get $666.
Us to be happy? Okay. So yeah, we're there, and then we're also, of course, at the Friendo Market. We still have plenty of the Chicago shirts. Not all the sizes. I think all the XLs have been taken.
Spoken for.
There's one image, and then look, the shirts.
More images.
Like a couple of jackasses wearing shirts right there.
Hey, aren't we doing a sale for this tomorrow?
Yeah, that's right. Everything's $25.
Yeah, $25 at friendomarket.com.
Friendomarket.com.
And while we stream Fighting Spirit Unleashed, our reactions to that also tomorrow, Sunday, we'll be reading the names of anybody who procures themselves merchandise from our merch store.
I'll do one better. Anybody who procures merchandise from friendomarket.com or prowrestlingtees.com, because we get notifications for that too, I will give you guys a shout out on the show. prowrestlingtees.com/Going In Raw or friendomarket.com. Anyways, we're not here to ramble on about us, Larson.
No, let's talk about wrestling other than WWE wrestling.
Yeah, this is the Saturday show, so it's wrestling. So I want to, a quick, before we get into the wrestling, something related to the show, kind of. I kind of want to change up the intro for this show, separate from the intro from the other shows. So any non-WWE wrestlers out there that like we kind of know of,
Yeah.
or whatever,
Or at least heard their name.
just get name, and you're watching Going In Raw, and then I'll cut together a new intro.
Yeah, that'd be fun.
If you guys are doing any meet and greets with like the elite,
Yeah.
or not the elite, or
You could
anybody
have
Impact, there you go.
Nick Jackson do this
Doing
while
the
saying
Young
you're
Bucks
watching Going In
pose?
Raw. That'd be swell.
That'd be awesome. Send it to the show. It's kind of a rip-off of the Botchamania idea, because he has like every episode he's got like a different wrestler saying you're watching Botchamania. But we'll just have like a bunch of them.
We've been doing this for a while too, you know.
I love Matthew. He's great.
Oh, he's fantastic.
We should have got an intro from him.
Yeah, we should have. We talked to him at
Starcast.
Yeah.
Love that guy.
Yeah, he's a good dude.
So, New Japan Fighting Spirit Unleashed predictions. First of all, let's talk about this Fighting Spirit Unleashed. The card itself was actually released just a couple days ago. It was like Tuesday, Monday?
Something like that, yeah.
Yay or nay?
What, the overall?
On that card. Yay or nay?
I mean, there's stuff that I'm excited to check out.
It's a big fat nay, dude. Come on.
Ospreay versus Skrull.
It's a nay.
I mean, I'm not upset that we're not going to it,
Okay, yeah, me neither.
but I'm excited to watch some of these matches on while sitting back there, talking to our friendos, and tossing back a couple cold ones.
Oh, man, for sure.
Because Ospreay versus Skrull, that's gonna be awesome.
That's going to be great.
Young Bucks versus Gorilla's Destiny, that'll
really
be good.
Yeah.
Juice versus Cody has potential to be pretty interesting.
Should be good.
Okada and Ishii versus Golden Lovers, that'll be outstanding.
It's Okada, yeah.
And it's the Golden Lovers. And you got this whole thing within Chaos. You don't know where Ishii's going to fall in terms of his allegiances, whether it be to Balloon Okada or Switchblade. We don't know. So there's that intrigue. Plus, it seems like since Kota Ibushi beat Kenny in the G1, that should yield some sort of title opportunity for Kota Ibushi. Maybe they'll plant the seeds during this match. Who knows? This match should be technically excellent. Carries a lot of intrigue going into it. Start laying the groundwork for what we're going to see at Wrestle Kingdom. I think it's all going to happen in that main event for all four of these gentlemen.
Is it weird that they announced this card like minutes before the show starts?
Yeah, I don't know.
It's weird, right?
Yeah.
It's like, did they just give up on the card or something? I don't know what the impetus for that is.
You know, I wonder sometimes since, like, especially this stretch of the year where they have the Destruction shows, now this inserted into the calendar, plus King of Pro Wrestling, plus Power Struggle.
Yeah.
There is a worry that if they announce cards, for example, this show, which is just, a week after Destruction in Kobe, that they're going to potentially spoil something that might happen there. And the reason they announced any matches for the King of Pro Wrestling card is because they don't want to spoil things that might happen here. I mean, that's optimistically how I view it, thinking they just want to, keep some things close to the chest.
No,
so
they
don't spoil potential storylines.
No, oh yeah, okay, I could see that. Yeah, that's a good point. That's good. We're gonna do predictions first. Or we're gonna talk about other stuff first.
One other thing we can talk about New Japan wise that Hiroshi Tanahashi did an interview with New Japan.
Was that picture of him on the cover of Rolling Stone fake or real?
I don't know, but it was outstanding.
Yeah, it was really cool.
It was great. It looked like one of the 70s covers, too, because it had like the warm film type
Yeah, it was awesome.
aesthetic to it. Anyways, so he had this interview with New Japan. I didn't put any quotes in here directly, but the gist of it is that he's not like anti this American expansion, but he wants to do New Japan shows in the States.
Yeah, right.
Which seems to be, in some ways, a response to what Kenny Omega said just this past week, saying that he just wants to have best matches. He's best bout machine.
Best bout machine.
So he should be main event.
Yeah.
So we have this war of words going on between Tanahashi and Omega. It's going to be our Wrestle Kingdom main event.
Yeah.
It should be awesome. And it's interesting that they're just developing at least the early part of this feud strictly through social media, interviews, and that's pretty much it. There really hasn't been, as far as I know, any sort of face-to-face confrontation yet. But it is kind of playing out roughly how I thought it might have, where you have Kenny saying, no, I'm the new face of New Japan Pro Wrestling. I'm the future of wrestling. I have this vision. I want to follow through on it. Tanahashi, you're an old fart. You don't know what wrestling today is all about.
I literally wish you would call him an old fart.
Whereas Tanahashi...
You are an old fart.
Whereas Tanahashi, he loves himself some classic traditional New Japan Pro Wrestling. Yeah. He thinks that the shows put on here in the States, while fine, aren't a true representation of what New Japan Pro Wrestling is all about. Yeah. So we already have that dynamic. We'll see how it plays out going forward. Let's do our predictions, Steve.
All right, sounds good. Predictions number one. Predictions.
First, Taguchi Japan versus Roppongi 3K. Now, Taguchi Japan is being represented by Jushin Thunder Liger, Taguchi, and ACH.
I'm going with Roppongi 3K.
All right.
Because I can't stand Taguchi Japan.
I know.
I like Jushin Thunder Liger, but he's kind of he's really old.
He's a legend, though.
I can't stand Taguchi. He's the most dad humor wrestler there is. And while I find some of his antics funny, like the pitching the ball thing, like the baseball stuff, that's relatively amusing.
The hip attack kind of makes me smile.
I can't stand it.
Because he's attacking someone with his rear end.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I don't know why they call it a hip attack.
No, it's quite obviously one's buttocks.
Yeah.
You're right, though. Roppongi 3K kind of has to go over.
They should go over. They're the flipping future of wrestling. Those guys are amazing.
Yeah, they're really good. Really good. Next.
So it's the Shoyo and the director, Rocky Romero?
Correct.
The CEO. What else did he call himself?
CEO, I think.
Yeah, nice.
Producer, too. He does their
Producer,
beats.
Yeah, he does
the beats.
Yeah. Dope beats.
Yeah. Next, we have The Addiction.
SCU.
Versus Bullet Club, Hangman Page, and the crown jewel, Chase Owens.
Oh, no, you never bet on Chase Owens.
SCU. Chase Owens in this match to eat a pin.
Exactly.
I wrote your pick for you before you made it.
I
SCU.
appreciate that.
SCU.
Next up, Jeff Cobb, potentially future champion of television, Chris Sabin.
Yes.
And Flip Gordon versus what Chaos members are we looking at
We're
here?
looking at Hiroki Goto. Oh, Beretta and Chucky T.
Oh, the presence of Flip Gordon.
But he's not facing off against any Bullet Club members.
Goto and best friends. I'm going to say this. Jeff Cobb's been making an impact in Ring of Honor. It's been great. I watched Ring of Honor TV. We're talking about in the next segment.
Yeah.
He's been interrupting the top prospect tournament, which is hilariously, it's so bad. I don't know. I know that Ring of Honor wrestlers, like prominent ones, have come out of top prospect tournament, but I don't know if they do that anymore because every time I see it, because I'm trying to watch Ring of Honor more often these days, the TV. Mm-hmm. Like literally today, Friday, when we tape this, I watched Ring of Honor TV. So I'm going to try to do that on a weekly basis. Their prospects are goofy.
Yeah.
They're so goofy. And he's been coming out and interrupting them. And this week he said, this tournament is over. He didn't mean popular. He meant it's done.
Yeah.
Right? I suspect that they're maybe grooming Jeff Cobb as a potential Elgin 2.0.
Maybe.
I'm going to say Cobb is the guy to pick up the pin here.
Yeah, I'll go with Team Cobb too.
Yeah. I mean, if nothing else, I'm happy with this pick because I freaking love Jeff Cobb.
Oh, he's outstanding.
He's great.
Next, we have LIJ, Tetsuya Naito, Sonata, and Evil taking on Suzuki Gun representatives Zack Sabre Jr., Lance Archer, and Davey Boy Smith. Sadly, no Minoru Suzuki on this card.
You see that shirt of his? I don't know if it's a restock or what.
Yeah, it was on earlier. I might
Close up.
try to get it. It's great.
So I was thinking of doing an homage shirt, but with your face.
All right, I'm
Over here.
Yeah.
No Too Sweets or something like that.
Yeah,
I
that's
don't know.
good.
Not going to happen.
I thought it was something like that too.
Be good.
Yeah, no, I'm on board with that.
All right.
Naito. Well, Minoru Suzuki's not there, so LIJ.
Naito's, yeah.
Suzuki's not there, so LIJ will win.
Yeah, true. We have to split on one of these, though, man. It has to come down to one match, at least. Ooh,
Oh, yeah, we
this
are in
one's
agreement.
tough. Ospreay versus Skrull. So this is for the tournament thing.
Kushida beat Bushi
Bushi.
at Destruction in Kobe. So it's got to be Ospreay, right? Because I'm still holding out hope we're going to get Pac versus Ospreay at Wrestle Kingdom. Ospreay wins the finals of this tournament at King of Pro Wrestling. After the match, Pac comes down, beats him up, grabs the mic, in his best Me Neville voice, challenges for a match at Wrestle Kingdom.
Boy, oh boy.
How awesome. I'm picking Ospreay.
We're in America, so I'll go with Skrull just to split.
All right.
Your scenario is cool. It may work, but I'm not even sure Neville is gone from the WWE.
Yeah,
yet.
I'm not entirely sure that either, but
So no, I like that. And on top of that, before Ospreay got injured and had to take some time off,
I mean, he was killing it.
he was killing it, and they were really high on him. Mm-hmm. Skrull versus I'll say Skrull just to split.
Skrull versus Kushida would be like a good technical match.
Who won? Ospreay won their last one, didn't they?
Yeah, his first one.
After not being able to win a lot against Skrull, I'm going to say they revert a little bit and go back to Skrull with this one.
All right. Next, the Young Bucks taking on the Gorillas of Destiny. It's got to be Young Bucks,
If
right?
this was in Japan, I'd give it to Gorillas of Destiny.
Yeah.
But this has to be the Young Bucks because this is like, although it's not exactly special anymore, they're out here all the time.
Yeah, I know.
But
Young Bucks it is for both of us.
yeah, it's got to be. Are the Young Bucks? Is this for tag championships?
Yeah, they're the champions still.
You
Next.
know what? I'll split on this too. Gorillas of Destiny. They pick up the titles. Yeah, I say they pick up the titles.
All right, next for the United States Championship, Juice Robinson, your champion, versus Cody.
Juice has got to win this,
Yep.
right?
Yep.
Cody's not going to be NWA and A title,
No.
right? He can't be US and NWA.
No. Nope, it's got to be Juice.
I'm looking forward to that match, though.
Yeah.
I think it's going to be good.
Yeah, I think it'll be good too.
I think both these guys, especially when they have, like, Cody's been killing it lately, merging, sort of melding, like taking his character in the ring work stuff to the next level. Mm-hmm. Like, his storytelling is really good.
Yeah.
So, I think this is, and Juice is really good.
Yeah. This will be a good match.
All right.
Main event, Okada and Tomohiro Ishii versus the Golden Lovers.
You are an old fart. The Golden Lovers will go over here.
Yeah, Golden Lovers going over.
Okada's still in a free fall.
Yeah.
He
needs to reach rock bottom.
And this could be like Jay White coming out and stabbing him in the side.
Yeah.
On the sly.
Yeah.
And then him running off.
No,
Okada
we will
gets pinned while holding his guts in.
Yeah, we will see Jay White during the course of action here, whether it's during the match or afterwards. Jay White will get involved. Maybe Tomohiro Ishii will declare whose side he is on.
I might wear my Switchblade shirt. You know, Lacey got me one of those ages ago.
I didn't know that.
And I just never really wore it.
His merch is pretty cool.
Freaking love Switchblade, man.
Oh, he's great. And I'm sure this will shore up the chances, which are seeming near certainty that we're going to get Okada versus Switchblade at Wrestle Kingdom. And when Okada loses, unfortunately, that's his rock bottom, because not only will he lose a match, he will probably lose Chaos.
Oh, yeah.
And then he's completely on his own,
Yep.
him and his balloons.
That'd be something else if he sort of transformed into like a nouveau Shibata, you know? Because Shibata was factionless also, just the wrestler, you know? Oh, it's just Okada in a balloon. Then he just starts destroying people. He goes away he goes on excursion, but like to a cave and to fight bears in a cave.
Yeah.
Just rainmaker after rainmaker over these
He has
bears.
a vision quest.
Yeah, vision, exactly,
Yeah.
Comes back. Oh, man. Oh,
And we saw Okada reborn at Wrestle Kingdom this past year. You ain't seen nothing yet.
Yeah. Angel's wings.
Yes, literal.
Glowing skin.
Literal.
Yeah. Oh, man. Just doling out rainmakers.
Yeah.
Comes in, rainmakers, everything.
Yeah.
Anyways.
That's a good story.
Let's talk about Ring of Honor. We got okay, so here's the funny thing. Because Ring of Honor is so damn intent on having their pay-per-views, Friday nights, we're filming this on Friday because we're not going to come in on a Saturday to do
God,
this
no.
shit. No way.
No, we enjoy our weekend,
Yeah, man.
except for an occasional Sunday.
So I think Bell is in about 3 hours
Yeah,
from
if
right
you want to
now.
see our predictions, our ill-informed predictions, watch yesterday's Friday show.
Yeah. But we don't know what happened.
We didn't even get its own segment. It was during the question segment.
during the question segment.
Because I was going to say
and
it for
Adam
this.
Mayhem was here.
Yeah. So it's somewhere in there.
Yeah.
Look around like the 40-minute mark. You can probably
Right.
find it somewhere in there. Regardless, sadly, we won't have any Death Before Dishonor Fallout because the show hasn't happened yet.
True.
But we can talk about other Ring of Honor news. Steve, if you will, give us the results from TV.
Oh yeah, I got those here. Let's take a look. So, like I said, I'm my Friday mornings. I'm gonna start watching Ring of Honor TV before I come in.
I didn't get a chance to do it this Friday, but I'm hoping next Friday I'll start watching Lucha Underground.
And again, that's about
Thursday
5
morning.
days late because it airs on the Fight TV app on Monday, and you're not gonna see this till Saturday. So it's a late review on Ring of Honor TV. But I love watching the TV shows of this stuff because it gives you the little details, like the top prospect tournament. It kicked off with the boys versus best friends.
Oh.
And I mean, it's the cool thing about Ring of Honor. I mean, obviously Ring of Honor is known for good wrestling. So all these matches, there was only, let's see, one. Look at that. That's great. That's awesome. It all just disappeared.
We had some internet trouble today.
Yeah, but this is on my friggin'.
No, I know.
It's so annoying. So yeah, it kicked off with Best Friends versus the boys. Best Friends did go over.
Cool.
It was like God. Do you know what's Chuck Taylor's finishing move called? It's like a pancake something or another.
Wasn't the Awful Waffle?
Yes, the awful waffle.
Yeah.
That's great. So Beretta was hitting his dude buster. He was the legal guy on one of the boys. I don't know. I can't tell them apart. On one of the boys getting the pin while Chuck Taylor, to keep the other guy away, just delivered an awful waffle. It was great. They won. They hugged. They did the Okada hug thing.
Oh, that's great.
Then we had, I know there is a top prospect tournament bout. And Jeff Cobb came to interrupt it. These two guys, though, like I asked Adam Mayhem because one of the dudes claimed to be from Puerto Rico. And so I asked Adam Mayhem, who obviously knows everybody in Puerto Rico because that's where he's from. I asked him, I said, do you know who this guy is? His name is Dante Caballero from Puerto Rico. Adam Mayhem's response was, no fucking idea. And then a Conor McGregor gif of who the fuck is that guy? And then Adam Mayhem claims he probably never even lived in Puerto Rico, and he says he's Puerto Rican to give himself an identity. He says, and you can tell because they have to dress so stereotypical. No one dresses like that in Puerto Rico. That's his honest assessment of this guy. So anyways, they're having a match. The other guy looked like straight out of the undercard from Championship Wrestling in Arizona, right? Mm-hmm. Maybe he was. Jeff Cobb comes out and starts throwing bodies.
Oh, awesome.
He just starts throwing everybody around. It's fantastic. It was great. Then he got on the stick and said, the crowd was chanting Cobb, Cobb, Cobb. And he said, this tournament is over. And then there was a lot of recaps because it was the go home to Death Before Dishonor. So they recapped Sumi Sakai and Tenille Dashwood, who's still just so timid on the mic. You know, there's no like fire there. It's all just, I'll take that as a challenge. Mm-hmm. Good. Mm-hmm. A lot of recaps. And then the main event was Bully Ray and Silas Young versus... No, that's right. There was a great Kenny King versus Hangman Page match.
Ooh.
Which was great, and saw Kenny King win after like a series of roll-up attempts. But it was like the match was great. There was one awesome bit. So Kenny King is doing this gimmick coming off The Bachelorette. Mm-hmm. Where he's like party guy kind of.
Oh, all right.
And so he comes out with like some inflatable pool toys.
Oh, that's cool.
And there was this great bit where Hangman suplexed him or gave him some, I think it was a suplex on one of the inflatable toys. And Kenny King sold it like it was like a bed of nails or something,
that's great.
Thumbtacks. So that was really good. And then there
goodness.
and I don't know what's going on here.
Is there anything else that happened?
Yeah, the main event was a tag match. It was Bully Ray and Silas Young versus, I forget who. Oh, Jay Lethal and another guy. I forget who it is, though. God, I forget his name. And the bad guys went over. Yeah,
right.
They got the pin on the guy whose name I can't remember.
All right.
And that was just sort of to set them up.
Mm-hmm.
Crap. Given that they stood tall.
Yeah, if I'd known that, I would have picked Flip and
Colt
Cabana.
Yeah. What a drag. Good on me for remembering that stuff because my internet on my phone even went down.
Yeah, internet troubles over here. In other Ring of Honor news, you mentioned Hangman Page earlier. He gave an interview with the local CBS affiliate in Chicago, and when asked about what their plans were, him and the other members of the Elite, when all their contracts are up, he had a lot to say, so I'll say some of it. He says, quote, I think as a collective, as a group, we have been able to change wrestling. I think as a group, we were really onto something. And I think we want to continue this. It would be a real disservice to everyone who has supported us and got us to this point if we were to abandon what we've built. It certainly doesn't mean we can't evolve and change, and it should, and it will. But I feel like we have too much of a good thing going to try to abandon it.
Jonathan Gresham.
Oh, okay.
That was the guy.
And we all know that collectively we have more leverage than we ever had, more than anyone else has had in a very long time. I think what we've built is not necessarily bound to where we work. A lot of what we built, and really I feel like the most feedback that I get is from doing stuff with being the Elite, which could conceivably happen anywhere. It could happen. You catch my drift, so I don't want to at any point rule anything out. I think right now we still got some time, and we're all just kind of weighing our options together. So what we end up doing, whether it's still as a group as I kind of expect it and hope it to be, or whether it's something different, I think at the end of the day, when it comes time, it's going to be the best thing for us and I think for our fans.
All right. So he's like, look, whatever they do, I will do. If they go to WWE, I'll go too. I'm with them. That's basically what he's saying. Good job.
But I like the idea that he had this being the Elite crew who realize who fully realize their position, the leverage they have, and especially the leverage they have together versus individually. And you'd expect to a certain extent they can name their price.
Yep.
And if they
guess who's got the most money?
Yeah, but I
Well,
don't know if
Sinclair.
there's money.
If
is-
Sinclair wants to start taking Ring of Honor seriously,
yeah.
Sinclair.
But I don't know if money is the end all be all for any of them. I think money is nice, but I think it's the opportunity to continue to do what they think they're doing now, which
Buddy, let me
is
tell you
revolutionize
something.
pro wrestling.
If money got Shawn Michaels out of retirement,
Well, they're not going to see Shawn Michaels at Crown Jewel type money.
oh yeah,
Maybe a couple of them.
oh yeah.
I wonder how much that is.
I don't know.
5 million?
10? That's got to be a ton.
It's got to be a ton.
$5 million, maybe.
To be in a tag match
Yeah, man.
with your best friend.
Your bestie. Dope.
It's got to be something else. Anyways, yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how things play out beginning of 2019.
Oh, sure.
Where everybody goes. I'd still be really surprised if they went to WWE. This feels like they have a lot more to do, whether it be in Ring of Honor, New Japan, join up with Billy Corgan, do something awesome with NWA. Who knows?
Yeah, if it wasn't for Cody always talking about how he can't possibly creatively see himself in WWE, I'd be a little bit more lax on the topic. But I don't know. Leverage is leverage, man. If he says, which nobody's really ever had a blank checkbook in the creative book, you know, nobody's ever had that. That's I don't see them getting.
No,
But,
Vince
you know.
will toss all sorts of money, but he's not ceding control in the least.
I don't think so.
No.
So I don't know. We'll see how that goes. I do have.
You have Impact results?
I have Impact results.
You are Mr. Impact here on Going in Raw. Please fill us all in on what happened on
You know,
Impact.
man,
This is the part of the show where I get to do nothing.
I'll show you. I got to show you the promo. It's worth it for Moose's promos alone. I freaking love Moose. I think.
Oh, he's
the
great.
best. He's the best. Anyways, let me bring up my Impact notes. This is brought to you by Cage Side Seats, I think. Let's see here. Impact Wrestling. Here we go. Where are I getting this from? SB Nation is doing this. Oh, Cage Side Seats. Okay, good. So yeah,
But you did watch Impact, yes.
Listen, here's the great thing. So here's the great.
You
thing.
watched Impact, right?
Yeah, I watched it last night. It was great. I just didn't take any notes. You don't know why Impact was great last night, dude?
But did Pentagon Jr. win the title again?
Because there were two stars from AAA.
Ooh, who?
They were filming in Mexico.
Was it Dr. Wagner Jr.?
No.
Not interested.
Fabi Apache.
I mean, she's good.
She's great.
She's really good.
She might be my new favorite. I
Okay.
looked for merchandise from her last night. Couldn't find any.
Really? Did you look at Jeff Jarrett's store?
No, I didn't.
Check that out first, because that's where I found the Mad T-shirt.
And Murder Clown, who's going to be fighting Joe Hendry next week, man. I'm telling you.
Clown's fine.
I'm telling you.
Call me when Dr. Wagner Jr. is on Impact, and maybe I'll pay
Will
attention.
that make you pay? Because there's a chance next week. They keep it those. See, here's the thing that I love about Impact now. I was telling this to Adam Mayhem earlier. And I mentioned this before, to be honest with you. Each time they go into a different territory to steal other fans, you get the feel of those other territories. And it's like watching the Anthony Bourdain of wrestling. You get a feel for the other territory. That's what's great about it, because it looks different. The ring is massive in Mexico. And at first I was like, is that just a lens that they're using?
Are they doing the 6-side ring since they're doing AAA stuff?
No, I didn't mean it just has an extra side.
Actually, I think the 6-side ring is actually smaller. Take the normal ring and just cut the corners off.
Yeah, I think you're probably right about that. No, and so, because the first match was Tessa Blanchard versus Fabi Apache.
Oh, that's probably really good.
Yeah, it was really good. And I was looking, I was like, it looks like they're on an acre of land. And so I texted Adam May and was like, are the rings in Mexico bigger? This might be a stupid question. Are they bigger? And the rope is higher. And granted, they're, the women, and they're a little shorter than the men. But even the ref looked like he was swimming in it, And he said, yeah, they're 22 feet as opposed to WWE, which is 20. Yeah.
Slightly larger, yeah.
And so it's those little differences that kind of make the difference. Anyways, Tessa beat Fabi Apache, who had beat, I think, Alicia Edwards last week to get the shot. But then after the match, Taya Valkyrie showed up on the big screen, speaking a little bit of Espanol, and then called out Tessa and said, you beat a lot of people, but you ain't beat me. So that's going to be set up for, I think, Bound for Glory.
Yeah, when is that?
I don't know. A couple weeks? A week? 2 weeks?
Okay.
Something? I don't know. It might say here in the thing.
Maybe we should live stream that and see if that's a way for me to get into Impact.
That'd be beautiful. That'd be great.
Let's get a date for that and see if we can lock that down.
I love it. I think that's a great idea. Let's see here. So Tessa went over with Buzzsaw DDT for the 1, 2, 3. Let's see here. Got that. Johnny Impact was talking to Eddie Edwards backstage because they were going to be in a tag team match against Austin Aries and Killer Cross, another guy who I got to see one of his promos finally, and he's really good too.
I think
could
he's
see him
in Lucha Underground now.
Oh, okay. All right. See, I got to start watching Lucha Underground too.
Yeah, I'm going to start watching it again.
OVE cut. They did a promo on the big screen, claiming that you'd actually get a kick out of OVE a bit more than you know, because they do this thing where like Sami Callihan talks to his little camcorder for the promos, and then Jake Christ is behind him. He doesn't know what Sami Callihan's going to say because it's all like Sami's not scripted.
Yeah.
But he's trying to like mimic him in the background, and it's both distracting and very entertaining at the same time. He calls Jake Christ the little draw, and he said, tonight you're going to be taking on Brian Cage so you can become the medium draw. And at first he was excited at the prospect of becoming the medium draw, but when he said the word Brian Cage, he freaked out. And then Dave Christ was sitting there, and he just started laughing at him. It's a fairly interesting dynamic OVE has. After that, Eli Drake was out on the streets of Mexico, in Mexico. Mexico City is where they were. And he kept on saying Tanto Si at people, but he's very timid about it because he didn't want whatever the consequences of that could be, going around saying stupid yes or dummy yeah, the way he does. So that was kind of funny because it's like that dude is obviously being very careful, and he looked like a jackass with a really bad Eli Drake shirt on.
Oh my goodness.
After that, we had Jake Christ versus Brian Cage. Of course, Brian Cage won. Let's see here. With his drill claw. After that, OVE attacked Brian Cage. The lights went out. And then when they come back on, Dave Christ is missing, except for his hat. On the big screen, your guys, the Lucha Brothers, have him tied up in a chair, and they super kick him to the ground.
Nice.
It was cool.
Great.
And then they cut back to Sammy. He grabs Dave's hat and says, "No!" It's all very entertaining stuff. Let's see here. After that, they had Austin Aries, Killer Cross, and Moose promo, which was great. Aries said, "Hey, guess what, the Texan? You lost last week." Blah, 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 because Tejano, the Texan. Killer Cross claimed that he was going to make Johnny Impact Johnny neck brace. That was fairly entertaining. After that, Grado and Joe Henry bit, where they are introduced to Murder Clown. They've got this storyline where the female friend of Grado's, Katarina, Joe Henry, is trying to I don't know. It's like a weird love triangle thing. I've been kind of half paying attention. It's resulted in a bunch of Joe Henry music videos.
Well,
Pretty fun.
that's always a good thing.
Yeah, it's all great. Let's see here. After that, so one thing about Impact, they use a lot of in-camera lingo DSLRs.
Yeah.
Which, to make them the segments look good, you want things in focus.
Yeah.
They don't use autofocus. They probably got one of these Sigma Prime lens or something where they have to do it manually. And so a lot of their stuff can sort of drift in and out of focus, which sometimes is good if you're mainly in focus. But there was a Scarlett Bordeaux interview where she made this announcement about she's issuing a global talent search, maybe to manage some sort of new wrestler, right? But a lot of it was really out of focus.
That's a bummer.
And it was kind of weird. After that, we had the Desi Hit Squad versus LAX. This was actually a really good, man. LAX puts on just really fantastic.
They're awesome.
They're really good. So they won.
Sounds like a packed episode.
They pack these things full, man. LAX went over on the big screen on the Tron. Eddie Kingston was up there with the OG. You love Eddie Kingston. Talking some trash. See, that's the thing about Impact. It chips away at you until it brings you in.
Yeah.
He's talking some trash. He talks about Conan, and he shows a picture of Conan in his heyday when he was like the biggest thing in Mexico. And he gets one of Conan's masks, which he had been demasked when he went to, go to America or whatever. And then they set it on fire. Very disrespectful. Very disrespectful.
Wow.
And then let's see here. There was a Fallah Bah KM bit, which is kind of funny. KM told Fall Out Boy I need to get revenge for something that was done to them. Probably Austin Aries. I don't know. Let's see here. Kira Hogan and Allie took on Su Yung and the Undead Maid of Honor, who I'm not sure who that is, but I know it's one of Su Young's zombies, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see here. I forget who won this one.
Wow,
Kira and Allie
There's
won.
a lot in one show.
And then, wait, where's the next bit of this? What the hell?
What was the main event?
It was Moose and Killer Cross versus Johnny Impact and Eddie Edwards, I think. And I'll be honest, I was kind of relying on these damn results to tell me what happened because that's the only thing I didn't watch.
Oh, okay.
I'm kind of assuming the bad guys won.
All right.
Oh wait, hold on. No, that's not it. Hold on.
That's odd.
I'm gonna get the. Why don't you read the story about LAX?
I'll read the story about LAX. It's from PW Insider. They are saying that Impact is opening negotiations with LAX for a long-term deal. Quote, conversation between the two sides began while Impact was in Mexico City for TV several weekends ago.
Yeah,
and have
bad
continued.
guys won. Killer Cross and Moose went over.
All right. Although they have yet to come to terms, the team's contract is not imminently up. PWInsider.com is told, but the promotion is seeking to lock them and others, from what we're told, into longer-term deals. So it seems like wisely they're realizing they may have turned a corner somewhat, at least creatively. They know who their core acts are,
and
they want to lock them up into longer-term contracts so they don't go elsewhere. Smart business from the gentleman over at Impact.
LAX is good, man.
They're fantastic.
They'd be wise to keep them around. We got to see them live front row, that match against Reno Scum.
Yeah, that was really good.
Really good stuff.
Yes.
So, yeah.
Really good stuff.
And I like that this feud they're in with OGs right now is actually really good. Eddie Kingston he's a character.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah.
I've never seen him in Impact, but just based on the couple hours he spent next to him at StarCast.
You're on board.
Man, he's a funny dude.
He's a funny dude.
He's a really funny dude. All right, let's talk some European wrestling, Steve. Walter. Seems like a lot of people's top dream match to take on our H champion, Adam Mayhem.
Not Adam Mayhem's dream match.
Doesn't seem like it. There was some rumors earlier this year, around March or so, that he might be WWE bound.
Oh, yeah. When's that happening? When's he
I
going
don't
to
think
debut?
it is.
What?
Because in an interview with The Mirror, this is what he had to say, quote, I don't know if I mentioned this, but being a part of the Raw or SmackDown roster is nothing I am interested in.
Whoa.
I don't want to live in the U.S. I really like NXT, though. I think it's a great product filled with the best talent in the world and is focused on competition in the ring, which is something I enjoy. I don't want to say it will never happen because in wrestling, things change so quick. Things change so quick.
Well, just go to NXT then. Just don't go to main roster.
Well, in this Fightful article where I got this quote from, I believe they suggested the idea maybe he'll sign with NXT UK. Because then if he does that deal, he can just be there for their TV tapings and is free to keep on working with WXW.
That'd be interesting.
We've been wondering for a long time, who could Pete Dunne drop that belt to?
Oh, Walter.
If Walter Waltz is in there,
oh, man.
Man.
Yeah.
Makes all the sense.
It kind of does.
In terms of having someone with the star power, someone on the same par with Pete Dunne.
Yeah, but here's the thing, though. Here's the thing. Let me ask you this, though, and really think about this. What's in it for Walter that he couldn't get without being that?
About being the United Kingdom champion?
Well, here's the thing. We know that unless the WWE would be willing to say, hey, we want to make a huge impact with NXT UK, so we're going to give Walter a lot more than what we've heard kind of through the grapevine that the NXT UK roster is making.
Here's the potential for him. It's not so much making more money than anybody else in the United Kingdom division. I just wonder if he has that United Kingdom title, whether he actually carries it with him to the show or not. If he's walking into these shows both Progress, I believe he's Progress champion, plus NXT United Kingdom champion, I mean, he could up his PO.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
And just granted, it'll be NXT. That's still WWE. You're still a WWE champion.
Is there? So, as a fan, I would love it. Obviously.
Oh yeah.
When he talks about NXT, obviously he's not talking about NXT UK because they're two different things. We have no idea what NXT UK really is.
Yeah.
But, you know, when he says all the talent around the world, that's totally true with NXT, and they take a lot of time with their matches.
Mm-hmm.
I wonder if he would think of that as, you know, it's like, yeah, I have no interest in going Raw or SmackDown. I really like NXT. I wonder if there would be like a pride thing. Like, why would I go to like the lower version of NXT?
Well, I mean, what I gather from this, and I've heard when Meltzer first talked about him, the rumors he heard about Walter going to NXT, it was that he didn't want to leave Europe.
Yeah, sure.
So I don't know if it's a matter of that so much just not wanting to move away from home.
I'll put it this way. I guess I'll put it this way. If he viewed NXT UK as simply another promotion where he can get paid to fight and carry the title
and not be locked down to it
and expand his name and not be locked down to it, still be able to do everything else.
Why not?
And if WWE was smart, they'd pay him what he wants. You know, I guess, yeah. And that's a flipping name to take that title off Pete Dunne. At the same time, though, I wonder if WWE, from their standpoint, if they'd be like, well, God, we'd want him to come up to NXT. Like, what would you rather have? A guy who's your mainstay in NXT UK, who you'd want desperately to be in NXT and then WWE main roster, but he's not going to because he doesn't want to leave? Like, would you want to deal with that, or would you just be fine if he wants to stay there? Then
or there's a middle road there where that's the premise under which you sign him, that he's there to carry that territory.
Yeah.
But who's to say in 3, 4, 5 years, even less time than that, he doesn't change his mind?
You bring him in to try to convince him.
And you know,
like when they trade, you got a player who's only got like a year left in his contract, and it's like, well, I don't want to be traded to Milwaukee. Well, we're going to do it anyways and see if he'll stay.
Yeah.
You know, see if we can.
But there's also the idea, you know, we've seen Pete Dunne, even Tyler Bate, show up on NXT television while United Kingdom champion. Mm-hmm. I think if you're, just because you're in NXT UK doesn't preclude you from ever being on NXT North America.
No, I'm just saying if Walter doesn't want to because he doesn't want to leave Europe.
Well, I would hope that he would put some verbiage in his contract saying that they just can't do that.
Yeah.
But I mean, if he signs a deal like Toni Storm did, which is strictly for the United Kingdom division, and she has to work their dates, and so long as no other dates conflict with, like the WWE dates take precedent, and so long as she doesn't book dates that conflict with those, she's free to do whatever else she wants to.
Yeah, I think that'd be great.
That'd be awesome.
I kind of wonder if WWE likes people. I feel like they sign talent. Walter, to me, comes off as a very disciplined man in his principles. I don't want to leave Europe. You could be a massive star in WWE. I don't really want to do that. Okay. WWE likes people who really want to be in WWE. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
I wonder if they'd, I don't know. I think it'd be great if he was, though.
Yeah.
It'd be awesome.
Yeah. A lot of it depends, though, on how they run NXT UK, too.
Sure. Yeah.
Which we don't know anything about. We don't know anything about it.
We don't know anything about it.
Haven't seen any of the taping stuff yet. Let's talk about Joey Janela. He really tore his knee up.
Oh, this is sad.
Yeah.
This is so overwhelming.
About a week or so ago, we caught word that during a top rope spot, he was jumping off the top rope in a match against Psychosis. Guess he landed awkwardly, hurt his knee. He posted a video on Twitter detailing the injuries he suffered, which will apparently require roughly 10 months of recuperation and rehabilitation.
Yeah.
It is across both legs, too. So this is what we got. A PCL tear, whether it be partial or complete. MCL tear, complete. There's some sort of fracture of the medial femoral
condyle.
I don't know what that is. Mild bone contusion on the lateral tibial plateau. Lateral. Is that inside? No. Outside.
Shit if I know. Sprain of the fibular collateral ligament. Partial tear of the medial patellofemoral ligament.
Oh, that's the kneecap. That's the patella tendon.
ACL sprain. Small knee effusion.
Yeah. So he's got some jacked up knees.
God damn it. That sucks.
Yeah.
That really sucks.
Yeah.
But, he'll be back.
Yeah. 10 months or so.
Yeah.
8 to 10
I'm
months.
buy some of his T-shirts.
Yeah, that's a great idea.
And, on top of that, I wonder if he has all that time. I wonder if maybe he can do a couple more Joey Janela spring breaks.
I think there's one on tap for Mania Weekend in New York.
Okay, there you go.
And by then, that'll be, 7 months?
Yeah.
He won't be ready for ring action, but he should be up and walking around fine by then.
You would think so, yeah. It sucks with these indie guys, man. It's like,
Well, first thing I think was like, how is he going to pay for this? Does he have health insurance?
yeah, I know.
That's the first thing that pops in my mind because surgery alone is going to cost a ton of money, not to mention rehab.
Yeah, I would think that these guys would have health insurance, right?
I'd hope so.
Jeez, yeah, it'd be rough if they didn't.
Mm-hmm.
They can pay for that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Did you watch Lucha Underground?
I didn't get a chance to,
Uh-oh.
but I'm going to start doing that next week.
All right.
Nonetheless, here are results. First match, Jack Evans versus Mil Muertes. Mil Muertes went over with Wrath of the Gods.
Okay.
Next, we have Reptile Tribe. I'm not familiar with them. Versus Exolicious, Evilise, and Joey Ryan, a match for the Trios title. Joey Ryan taps out to one member of the Reptile Tribe's cross-arm breaker.
Joe, but he did that just so he could sell more merchandise. He says when you lose, they have more sympathy for you, at the merchandise.
They'll buy the merch.
Yeah.
In a handicap match, we saw Drago and Aerostar take on Jake Strong. And who Jake Strong is?
Yeah, man. Jack Swagger.
Yep.
Swagger.
And he went over with Strong Lock.
Nice.
Yeah.
Oh, I love Drago, though.
Yeah, his gear is awesome.
It's amazing. And Aerostar's that dude with all the LEDs. I love him.
Main event, it was a fatal four-way to determine new number one contender. Lucha Underground title. We had Pentagon Jr. versus El Dragon Azteca versus King Cuerno versus Mil Muertes. Mil pulling double duty. Penta goes over after pinning what? He had two matches in one night.
I think it's funny.
Pentagon pins Mil after a flying Canadian destroyer.
What? What is a flying Canadian destroyer?
The recap I said described it as that way.
A flying...
We'll look it up when we're done.
I might watch it. So
we don't have internet here. We can't do it right now.
Yeah. That airs on El Rey Network, right?
Yeah.
Does it stream anywhere after the fact? Probably.
You used to be able to get them on iTunes.
Oh, yeah.
They have a couple past seasons on Netflix.
Do they have what, for like the new stuff?
No, past seasons.
Oh,
previous
past.
seasons.
Oh, I thought you said like a season pass type thing.
No, past seasons.
Okay. Yeah, sounds great. Yeah, I might have to check that
I
out.
just have like 75 episodes of Lucha Underground on my DVR.
That's so daunting, man.
I know. That's why I just got to start fresh.
I know. I'm going to start doing that too.
We got no internet.
This is so infuriating. I did put up a questions thread.
Oh, good. I
did do that.
I was hoping that did happen.
Let's go to that.
Yes, please.
Posts. We have 7 comments. God bless these people.
Cool.
Who are the... Oh, man. Can't say enough good things about this guy. See, I put this up on the Patreon, $1 a month. Joshua the Dynamic Knight Martinez.
Yes.
He's my man. Do you see Joey Janela signing with WWE? He says, if so, how soon?
Well, it's going to be at least 10 months.
So I'll say this. Yeah, it will be. So, like, I sort of liken him a little bit to, well, I guess a little bit. Like Joey Ryan, we kind of think that his like dick flipping stuff probably wouldn't fly.
No, not at all.
In NXT.
Not at all.
Joey Janela doesn't do anything that's like so over the top. I don't think that like
character-wise, no.
Character-wise, yeah.
He does all sorts of stuff over the top with his body,
which he wouldn't be able to do in NXT.
But
he is a hell of a character.
Yes. Let me ask you this.
And he's young, isn't he?
I think so. Once he recuperates, give him a little more seasoning. Do you think he could be a Dean Ambrose type, a guy that could do some of the more hardcore stuff for a while and then transition to more traditional wrestling? Because character-wise, I think if he were to go to NXT, I mean, he's a smaller dude, so he'd probably end up on 205 Live or in NXT. If he focused more so on his character work and not so much on all the crazy spots.
Look, dude. Look, after this, he's gonna have to. You know what I mean? Like you can't do too much of this stuff. You can't.
Well, it's kind of interesting that of all the crazy stuff we've seen and heard of him doing, he busts up his knee just doing like a top rope kind of crossbody type deal.
Yeah.
Compared to a lot of other stuff he's done.
Oh no, I know.
This is running the mill.
So he's 29. So he's approaching NXT age. I would have figured he's like 25.
Yeah.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, absolutely. All you need is a personality.
Mm-hmm.
You know, he took a donut. Him and Penelope Ford both took donuts from our booth at StarCast.
Yeah. We
Punishment Martinez was a reluctant nay.
Yeah.
Joey Janela, Penelope Ford, yays.
Yeah. They seem very pleasant.
Yeah, they were really pleasant people. He was walking after
It was
that.
a day after All In. Yeah, you can tell he was sore.
Fat bastard champ Alex Foster. Larson, if you got into Suzuki Goon,
Oh yeah.
would you put in a good word for Steve?
No.
No.
You don't have the ingredients for Suzuki Goon. Get out of here.
I'm not grumpy enough.
You're Taguchi Japan all the way.
Fuck you. How about that? Christian Womble. What the hell? Look, I asked for non-WWE wrestling questions. He says top 5 Marvel Universe movies. Minor Guardians of the Galaxy
behind.
Volume 2. No. Number 1 is Infinity War. Then is Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2. Then is Then is No. Thor Ragnarok number 1, Infinity War number 2, Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2 number 3, Spider-Man Homecoming number 4, and Iron Man 1 number 5. KJ. Hey, friendos, KJ from NY back on the Patreon. Hey, good to see you. Anyways, if you guys were to swap hobbies and make a profession out of it, Steve becoming a sneakerhead and Larson writing comics, which you think would be more successful?
Oh, you'd be way more successful.
I don't think so. Because number one, how much money can you really make being a sneakerhead?
Well, if you can somehow parlay that into designing shoes, you can make a good chunk of money. You can get hired by Nike or Adidas or Puma or something like that to design shoes for them.
If we were both to make professions out of it, I think that you would probably do better writing comics. I'm not sure I'd have a design eye for shoes.
Oh, all right.
And you've got good story ideas.
Yeah, I guess.
Writing comics.
I still never write any of them down.
Yeah. Well, you just have to. You'd get paid to do that now.
No, okay. Well, if I can make $1.01 doing it, I guess I'd kind of have to do it.
Yeah.
Stowaway Bear any second now.
Ooh, listen to this question from Cameron Bortolazzo.
That's a good name.
If you could book a gauntlet match of 5 competitors for the H title, who would be in it? Who would go over? And what would the order be? And man, I know what you're going to say. Adam Mayhem comes out first, survives all 4,
Yeah.
and wins.
Absolutely.
Retains.
Yeah.
Who are the other 4 then?
Walter's last.
Oh, man. Wow. We'll both agree on that, but Walter goes over in the end.
No, Adam Mayhem.
He's Hates champion and WWE UK champion.
So first, it would be Adam Mayhem versus Shane Strickland.
Oh, that's good. That's what he wants.
Yeah. Mayhem goes over. After Shane Strickland, we'll do
So it's Mayhem first, Shane Strickland.
they're the first 2.
Somebody else. Walter?
Yeah.
Okay, we just need 1 minute. This one's Cobb.
Okay.
Cobb comes out
my
because
gosh.
it's like Cobb, and it's like, oh my God, who else could it be?
How about this?
Talk about a level boss.
How about this? Brian Cage, Cobb, and then Walter.
That's good. That's really good.
Mayhem goes over.
Anybody but Mayhem goes over.
In an hour-and-a-half long match. Mayhem
See
goes
if we
over.
have any, let's see here. Who is this? The official IWGP Friendoverse. I'm guessing, is this Cody Miles? I don't know who this
Or
is.
Zach, IWGP? It might be Zach S.
Friendoverse? Yeah, I don't know. Zach, I don't know. I don't have internet.
Yeah, I don't know where your internet's down.
What is the ceiling of Darby Allin? I'm not familiar enough, but I've seen enough to know that if WWE, I mean, I guess I could say IWGP Junior because I think that's higher than 205 Live Champion, but I think 205 Live Champion is is possible also. I freaking love him. I think he's great. I think his personality is so engaging.
Mm-hmm.
And then finally, the Aussie Architect. That's right. Your thoughts on the Hello Wembley card?
Oh, yeah.
Hello Wembley happens today.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to that. I might check that out.
The card looks great.
Here we go. Updated card. World Championship match. The champion, Walter, versus Tyler Bate. Who goes over?
Walter goes over.
Walter wins. That's going to be a hell of a match.
Yeah,
Tyler
man.
Bate's going to have hamburger chest.
Oh, yeah.
Progress Women's Championship match. Ginny. Oh, this is going to be
Oh,
good.
the triple threat. Ginny, Tony Storm, and
Millie McKenzie.
Yeah.
She's totally winning
Yeah.
because Tony Storm and Ginny are probably
Yeah, probably.
they're done with that.
All right, yeah. That's a good call.
Millie McKenzie's going to be the new Progress Women's Champion. Progress Tag Team Championship match. 2 teams start. A new team enters the match every 2 minutes. If a member of a team is pinned, submitted, or disqualified, his team is eliminated. The last team standing wins. So it's a gauntlet match.
Yeah.
Flamita and Bandito are the champions. The 198, which is Flash Morgan Webster and Wild Boar Mike Hitchman, versus grizzled young veterans Zach Gibson and James Drake. Aussie Open, which is Mark Davis and Kyle Fletcher. The Calamari Thatch Kings, Chris Brooks and Timothy Thatcher. The Anti-Fun Police, Chief Deputy Dunn and Los Federales Santos Jr., Connor Mills and Maverick Mayhew, and then Sexy Star, which is Jack Sexsmith and David Starr.
Oh, wow. Does it say who's entering first?
It does not.
Either Flamita and Bandito will retain.
Aren't they going to be first?
Maybe.
Oh, I don't know.
Champions don't always enter first.
Yeah, okay.
I'm
going to give it to so the small amount of progress I've seen. I'm going to give it to the Anti-Fun Police.
All right.
The crowd, I think, really loves to hate Chief Deputy Dunn and Los Federales. They're kind of a comedy act.
Yeah, that's good. I'm gonna say Sexy Star though.
They're good. They're
Yeah.
they're good. They're really good.
David Starr, we saw him at that WCPW
He's
show,
great.
and he's outstanding.
I've seen them. I think I've seen that match, the Sexy Star versus the guys at the Anti-Fun Police.
Yeah.
And it was just loads of fun.
Yeah.
So yeah, one of those teams.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Progress Atlas Championship match. Doug Williams, the champion, versus Trent Seven. If Williams loses, he retires. I think he's hella old, isn't he?
Yeah, but I'll say he wins.
This is a big deal. So either it's a feel-good moment or it's a feel-good retirement moment. I say Trent Seven wins.
I'll go with Doug Williams.
Meanwhile, also Pete Dunne versus Ilya Dragunov.
Oh yeah, he's a German wrestler, or he wrestles for I think WXW. Or did he came out of retirement to have a match with Walter? I heard was really good a while back.
Pete Dunne wins.
Yeah, Pete Dunne wins.
And then finally, there's a couple more. Matt Riddle versus Mark Haskins.
Mark Haskins and Matt Riddle's like last indie match.
Good point. Tables, ladders, chairs match. Mark Andrews versus Eddie Dennis. I'm going for Eddie Dennis.
I'll go Mark
Can't
Andrews.
stand that Mark Andrews theme song, man. And a no DQ match. Jimmy Havoc versus Paul Robinson. Never bet against Jimmy Havoc in a no DQ match. Or maybe you do. Maybe he loses a lot in these hardcore
That's what I was thinking. Paul Robinson.
Paul Robinson it is.
I'm excited to check that out. Maybe we'll do Saturday. I'll watch that. No, Sunday. It's Sunday, right?
Saturday or Sunday?
I think it was Sunday. Same day as
Same day. Holy crap!
Fighting Spirit Unleashed. I believe 30th, right?
I think it's today. I think it's Saturday.
Okay.
I think it is.
The 29th or 30th.
Doesn't say. Oh, here we go. WWE previewed it. Yeah, that's right. WWE.com had a preview of it.
That's funny.
And it's funny because
30th. It's the 30th.
Oh, okay. So Sunday. There's an ad for it. I'm sorry. So WWE profiled it, right? And it's like, oh man, how do I watch this? The very bottom, there's a. Don't miss out. Get your free month of WWE. This is not on the network. Get out of here.
Oh my goodness.
It's
nice
not on the
try,
network.
WWE.
Good try, Vince. Good try. Anyways, that's it for the show. Thanks so much, everybody, for tuning in. Oh, that's loud. Anyways, that's it. We'll talk to you guys later. Goodbye.
Bye.